Hello, friends. It's Amy with Lazy Game Designs and
Kara with Kinsley's Creative Palette.
We are so glad you guys joined us today. We are going live together today to talk about Club Create-A-Kit. The doors to our club opened this week, and they're going to be open until Sunday night at midnight. And we are super excited to share that with y'all. So if you're joining us today, please come in and comment and say hello and tell us what you're doing today and what's going on. I am painting a door hanger, and Kara, I think, is your packaging product, right?
Yes, I'm getting ready for a fall festival tomorrow, so packaging product.
Very cool. Well, we have been so excited this week to welcome a lot of new members into Club Create-A-Kit. And if you are not familiar with our club, we are going to chat a little bit about that today. This is an exclusive club for DIY box kit makers. So if you have a laser and you like to offer box kits to your customers, this is a great group to help you get started and get organized and to provide you with all the materials and graphics that you need every month so that the work is just kind of done for you. Our goal was to simplify that and just make life a little easier for those of y'all who wanted to offer it. And this is a great time of year to offer box kits because this is what we crafters call fourth quarter. And this is our kind of time to shine, right, Kara?
Yeah. This is when you can make all the sales.
Yes.
All the sales.
It's busy.
Busy.
Yeah. So we are busy getting orders out, and I know you guys are probably busy getting orders out. Just to let you know, when we say box kit, what we mean is we do a paint kit. All the products that we offer you guys are digital. So the paint kit we have pizza boxes. Well, I'm always so bad at like trying to introduce. Kara, you're probably better at this, but I'm trying to without confusing everyone, explain exactly what it is that we do. I have all the materials next to me.
Well, here, let me talk about it and you show it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so a couple of years ago when I bought my laser, I decided to offer DIY box kits where I would ship the product out, the blanks. I would ship those out to my customers once a month, and it was a recurring subscription. So every month their payment processed, and they would get this box in the mail, and then I would have a video or instructions with the box that they could then assemble, paint, and do all the things and display their piece. So what this membership is for people who want to do that, or you're already doing that, but you're creating everything yourself. So what we do is we encourage you to stick with one size box, which the pizza box that she just showed is a 10-inch. Is it a 9 or a 10-inch?
This is a 9-inch, but so I designed everything to fit in a 9-inch. But if you wanted to use a bigger box just to accommodate more materials, but it will definitely fit into a 9-inch. So you can go as small as 9 inches. If you go any smaller than that, you might be a little cramped with some of the months because the pieces just might be a little bit crowded in your box.
Gotcha. And you can also size those up, which we actually, in the group, we actually show you a tutorial on Lightburn, just real simple, where you would be able to take those files if you wanted to do bigger, because sometimes bigger can translate into a higher cost per month to your customer. So you do have that option as well. Hello, Carol. So what I found was when I was creating all of these things, I was having to create the flyers, I was having to create the box labels, I was making like stickers on the boxes, all the things, marketing materials, social media posts. And so that is what we provide you. We provide you the digital file as well as digital editable graphics that then you can print at home and print some on sticker paper and make your box labels. Everything is ready for you so that all you have to do is take the social media posts that we give you every month, schedule those out, and advertise to your customers so that all you have to do is advertise, cut, and ship, and you're ready to go.
Exactly. And the graphics that we provide you guys with, they are drop and go. Like if you just want to use them as is, you can just go ahead and just print everything. If you want to personalize them, like maybe put your logo on them, or if you want to change the colors that you're planning on providing to your customers, you can edit them. And we give you editable links where you can go in Canva, and the links that we use, you don't have to have a paid Canva membership in order to edit them.
Right. Yeah, so make it super easy for you to just grab the files, advertise. You get them on the first of the month. So if you just get in the schedule of as soon as you check your email on the first of the month, grab the social media post, schedule them out, and start advertising to your customers. Friends, it's a lot easier than figuring out what product or project are we going to advertise, creating all your graphics, creating your printables.
Right.
Just advertise, just get out there and market and do it. And so that was one of the biggest reasons we wanted to do this, was just to make it easier for you to start paying off, if you haven't yet, your laser investment.
Yeah, exactly. And we also give you a supply list. So if you're wondering where to buy the materials, like where to get the boxes, where to get, we put shredded, I call it paper shred in the boxes. So this box, the kit is actually right here. This month's kit is, I put it in a little cello bag. And then, but inside, I've put some paper shred, and then we have the paint pots that we fill for the customers. If you want to provide them with just a couple of different size paint brushes, here's just a little sample of some glue. There's lots of different glues out there you can buy in bulk and just, get them for cheap and save money. But the links to everything are on a supply list for you, as well as all the colors. So when I give you the example, like if you can see this one, this is one of the printables that we give you that it goes inside your box, and it's got a picture of the project, and then it's got the detailed instructions for how to paint the project. So you can print these out and you can stick them on the inside of your boxes. We give you labels to go on the outside of your boxes as well. And that way you know what paint colors to put in the little pots. You're not trying to hunt down supplies every month. You know where to go. Like if we use twine or beads or just whatever little, ribbon, whatever we throw in the box, you know where to go get it if you want to provide that to your customers. I also have pictures I can pull up of the past few months' projects for you guys to see.
If you are a member, let's say that you sign up today and you saw something last October that you wanted. Let's say you wanted to offer a 3-project bundle for the holidays, like maybe to offer it like, a Christmas gift. What you can do is you can actually purchase past exclusive bundles, the entire set. So we have all the printables as a member, but those are only exclusive to members.
Yes, exactly. And those include everything as well. All the graphics, the supply list, everything for you when you order that bundle. And it's all downloadable for you.
And one of the things we didn't mention was you also get a sneak peek to the next month.
Yes.
Because when I was selling the boxes, what I realized was people would say like, I think I want to cancel, but I just wish I knew what was coming up next. But by enticing them, by showing them and we don't show what the project is, just kind of a sneak peek.
It's a teaser. Yeah,
it's a teaser, and it makes them want to stay in the club. And so
exactly.
That is another one of the benefits of this, is we're always working ahead so that you always have marketing materials to continue selling and keep your members.
Yes. And I've belonged to box kits before that I think, oh, I don't really need this. I think I'm going to cancel this month. And then it comes in the mail and I see that sneak peek of the next month. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay one more month. Like now that I see that, I need to find out what it is. Like it's that natural curiosity. So that's a little bit of a selling point as well, to keep your customers engaged and to keep them ordering from you as well. And we are actually offering a free bonus project this week when you join. So you don't just get the September box, but you also get a bonus box. And I can show you some pictures of that right now. The project that we're making for this month, that was the box that I showed you. And this is the actual project. They're not all like 3D like this. Like a lot of them are, you know, round signs or square signs or tags or just all different things. But this one I made into like a little 3D project. And this is the Halloween box, and it has interchangeable pieces that you can either make all of them, or you can just choose one and glue it onto your box. I'm sorry, it's backwards to me. So if I go right, the camera goes left, and so it confuses me. But they're the little candies, the witch hat that you just saw that goes on there. And I just use little magnets to attach these. And then here's a little cupcake that goes on there. So this one has interchangeables. They all don't have that, but this one just is, that's how this one was designed. But I'll show you some pictures of the other months. The bonus one that you get if you join this week is the Christmas version of that kit. So this is a Christmas box. And again, we've got the interchangeable pieces that go in the front. So you have a wreath, and you also have a little hot cocoa mug. And then my favorite is this little gingerbread man. So I just think he's so fun. And it says, it's got a tag that says sweet treats. And I just ordered this little, you know, black grosgrain ribbon off of Amazon. I got a huge roll of it for very inexpensive.
Hey, friends, can I tell y'all something for a second?
Yes.
So being a creator and being like on the sales side of doing the boxes, when Amy just showed us that box, the bonus, you know what I saw in addition to just that box is Christmas ornaments.
Yes.
You take those attachments. You could take those attachments and duplicate them, and you could add a hole, and they could be a Christmas bonus for any of your box subscribers. Like,
absolutely.
So like, we love to get your mind thinking like, okay, how can I make this of even more value to my customer?
Right.
And over deliver.
Exactly.
So,
and a lot of the signs that we do, you can always enlarge them. And like Kara said, there's a video in the group on how to change the size of your project, and you can enlarge it and make it into a full-size door hanger. So you're really getting multi-use projects. And
the other thing with that is you can use them for workshops. So if
yes.
you want to do local workshops, you could take that month's project and not just have a DIY kit that you're shipping. You could also turn it into a door hanger and have a local group come and paint with you.
That is a fantastic idea. Absolutely. There's just all kinds of fun things that you can do for the holidays, just to, you know, make a little extra cash to pay for all those Christmas presents and, you know, all the things that come up around the holidays that, you know, make it stressful. Hopefully this will, you know, get you really thinking about what you can do with your laser, because, you know, a lot of us, we ordered our laser. It was very expensive. They don't make a cheap laser. You know, it doesn't matter which kind you ordered. They're not cheap. And, you know, a lot of people get them and then they just kind of get discouraged because they're not selling, or they just don't know what to make. And, you know, it can get overwhelming when you have so many files out there that people are advertising. But this group just makes it simple. You have a project every month. You have everything that goes with it. It's just, you know, you don't have to think about it.
Yep.
And it just makes it a lot easier to get, you know, jump started with your machine.
Yep.
Let me pull up some of the projects. So what I'm going to show you are examples of the social media posts that we give you. They're not all the same, but I actually have the same version for each month that I'm going to pull up today. But each month you get 4 different social media posts that you can share to your customers. So this month's, this is an example of one, so that you could just post this image on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you share, you know, in email campaigns, things like that. You can post these pictures to show your customers what you're offering. So that's this month for September. This one is the bonus box that you get when you join this week. So the Christmas version of the little treat bag. This was August. We did a fall lantern, and that one came with a stand. And I also always give you an 1/8 inch and a 1/4 inch version for any stands that we do. And that way, and also for the little treat bags, I gave you an 1/8" material and 1/4" material version so that you can cut it with whichever material you are used to using or you have in stock. This was July, and we did a back to school box. And as you can see, we give these to you well ahead of the season. So we gave this one out in July so you'd have time to prep them and get them out to your customers for back to school. So we had a little back to school sign.
I love that one, by the way.
That was fun. I had a good time making the graphics for that one, actually. That was really fun. This one is, what month were we on? This was June. And this is our patriotic tic-tac-toe board. And you could also enlarge this one and make a bigger version to like put on your coffee table or, you know, wherever you want to use that project. But that was really fun. And then May, we did a beach themed summer lovin' box with a little sand castle. So this was just I keep saying little. I have a bad habit of saying cute and little.
But they are so cute.
I know. So this is our beachy sign, and I love the colors on this one. I just think it's just so summery. Okay, that's as far back as I went with pictures, but we have, you know, we have boxes. Gosh, when did we start our club? Last April, I think.
I believe last April was our first box. And
Yeah.
I when we did that, we also had bonuses. And so I think like we probably at this point have, gosh, 24 different boxes.
I think so, close to it, yeah. That you can always go back and purchase the files for the past months as a member. And again, that's only available to members. Other, you know, people who are not in the club cannot purchase the past month's files.
Correct.
And you'll have the links to those files forever. We give them to you. We have a membership portal where you can log in and get the current month's files. And then we also email them to you, and the links in the email are good forever. So you can always go back, save your emails, and you can go back and you can always access those files at any time if you haven't downloaded them. So like if you can't download them for that month, you're not going to lose them. You can go back and download them for other months that you were an active member.
And the other thing is, if you are an active member and you want to purchase past bundles, we give you a discount. I believe if you purchase 3, is that right, Amy? You get 20%.
I think that's what the coupon code is right now. Yeah.
So yeah, right in the on the page where you can see the links to all the past bundles and purchase, it actually has the current coupon code so that you can get a discount if you purchase multiple boxes.
Yes.
Multiple past bundles.
Right. Do you want to talk a little bit about the business trainings that we also offer?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I actually did an entire live on Tuesday, right? Yesterday? No, Wednesday. You did Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday. So if you're interested in this part of it and you want to know more, I actually showed you every single business training that is already in the group. We, as students, we opened the group. We had people that were messaging us saying, I already have a subscription box, but I have to manually invoice everyone each month. Well, we showed you how to stop doing that, how to get them to sign up through a link that would be a recurring payment so that that's one less administrative task that you would have to do. So we showed you how to do 2 payment processors that way, PayPal and Stripe.
And they don't have to have a website or an Etsy shop to do that. They can still set up those links.
Yes,
right.
Correct.
Yeah.
You don't need any of that.
Right.
I showed you how to do a smart bio where it's basically like your own little landing page that you can send customers to. Showed you how to make a QR code to get people to that point if you want to do it that way.
Right.
At that point, you could have all of your different links. Like you could have follow me on Facebook, follow me on wherever, but you could also have sign up for my monthly kit with a credit card, or sign up with my monthly kit with PayPal. Because what I found, and I don't know about you, Amy, but I found so many people you're either team PayPal or you're team credit card. So many people, they don't want to do PayPal, and so many people don't want to do their credit card. They feel like PayPal's safer. So I always recommend that you give people both options.
Right.
So we also have inside, I'm trying to remember all the trainings. Amy did an amazing training on how to schedule your social media on Instagram and Facebook through the Facebook Meta suite.
Yes.
We have intro to email marketing, why you want to use email marketing, how to get started, videos on how to set it up. I even walked through setting up your first Etsy shop, and how to do keyword research for that. Gosh, there's so many trainings in there. We have a shipping training showing you how to use, I use ShipStation, so that's what I did.
ShipStation.
But showing you how, if you're doing these monthly boxes, another thing that I found that was a huge time suck was when the subscription payment would come through, then I would have to go in and create the shipping label for each one of those payments that had processed. Well, if you use something like ShipStation, you can go in and you can create a preset for that month's box. So let's say we're doing the 9-inch pizza box. It would be a 9 by 9 by 2. You would weigh your box, and then you would put all that information in. You would choose which processor you're using, like the Postal Service or FedEx, or UPS, which, side note, if you use ShipStation, their UPS rate is usually better than the Postal Service. And you get access to that just by having a ShipStation account, which is less than $10 a month. So depending on how many you ship out, well, if you ship out a whole bunch of packages, your amount each month goes up. But so back to the preset. So you create this preset, and then you go in and you select all of your subscription payments, and you click apply preset, purchase labels, and it goes and starts spitting them out for you.
That is so awesome.
It is such a time saver. So that training is actually in the membership.
And once you get in the habit of doing that, once you've done it a couple of times, printing your labels and packing up your boxes, it's just so quick. You can just do it real fast.
Yep.
Just lay them all out and do them assembly line fashion, print your labels, and you're done. And the post office will pick up packages from your front porch, FYI, if you have at least one priority box, if you're shipping through the post office.
Yeah.
If you have at least one priority box, they will pick up from your front porch if you schedule it the night before or the day before. Well, you can schedule it as far in advance as you want, but at least I think by midnight the night before, they will come and get it off your porch. So that's nice. You don't have to go to the post office and stand in line with all your boxes, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And if you do decide, so I had a situation when I was shipping out a couple times where people, if the post office hadn't scanned their boxes in, their boxes were like MIA. And so I did get in the habit of taking mine to the post office, but instead of having to scan each box, ShipStation will give you one code that when they scan that code, it scans in every box that was on that order. So
Nice.
it's a really cool feature because it
saves,
definitely, you know, so much time. My kids would haul my boxes in and set them by the door at the post office, and they knew, okay, well, she's going to come in with that one sheet of paper. We're going to scan it, and all her boxes are sitting right by. There was a door to, you know, they could just open and pull them in. Exactly. And so it's so easy. So if you are psychotic like me, and you want yours scanned in, that's such a time saver.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm psychotic. I am a little bit.
You are not. Your room is so cute, by the way. I never see it like zoomed out like that, so I can see everything.
Thank you. Yeah, all the walls are different. So I've got colorful cheetah print on one of the walls.
That's so cool. I love it.
What are you painting?
Oh, I'm painting a door hanger. It's very boring looking right now. This is just dark gray with like distressed on it, but it's going to have some pumpkins. It is the Oh My Gourd, just like my shirt. Oh My Gourd. Oh, I love fall door hanger in my shop, so I'm painting it today.
So on the laser, that's why I got up, my laser beeped. I'm doing a couple door hangers. We're having that fall festival tomorrow, and I'm doing the Hey There pumpkin with browns, and so I was cutting out my 3D pieces so I can come home and paint tonight after I get my kids from school.
I love all the projects this time of year. I love fall, Halloween, Christmas. This is my time when I feel like I have so many ideas that I can't sleep at night. And I just want to like make files and paint and just, you know, because there's just so much fun stuff you can do around the holidays.
Yes.
I need more hours in the day.
Absolutely. And friends,
hey, Helen, how are you? Thank you for watching.
Yes. Hey, Helen. If you aren't familiar with Amy and I, so we kind of became business besties A couple years ago now.
It's been like 2 years. Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
and it was one of those things that was amazing. It was, to me, it was a godsend because I felt
Yes.
the Lord reaching out saying, I want you to reach out to this other business owner. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I
And
remember exactly what happened too. Can I
yeah,
tell them?
yeah, go for it.
So back when I was more organized, I used to go live every Friday afternoon. I need to designate, FYI to my customers, I need to designate a day that I go live every week that's the same day. And I just cannot get my act together to do that. But I used to do it every Friday, and it was File Feature Friday. And I would offer a coupon off of that file, and it would expire that night at midnight. And it just never dawned on me to let the coupon run a little bit longer than that. And Kara messaged me on Facebook, and she's like, hey, and she was so sweet because she was like, if this advice is, if you don't want my advice, just ignore me. And she's like, but if you offered your coupon through the weekend, I think you get more customers because I think a lot of people are just really busy on Fridays and they may not even get a chance to watch the video until the weekend. And by then the coupon's gone. And I was like, oh yeah. So then that just like started our business relationship, our friendship, all of that. I'm looking and I'm like, oh, I have pain all down my arms.
Well, the funny thing was, I remember your response to me. And friends, we're telling you this because we want you to understand that, like, if you're in our group and you come to us or we
Yes.
see something or you have a question, like, we're going to give you honest advice how we would do in our business. And so
Absolutely.
like, we just want you to succeed. Well, Amy said to me in return, she goes, well, Kara, I'm not really doing it for the $2.50 or whatever the file price was. She goes, I'm really doing it just to gain customers and get email addresses. And I said, well, Amy, do you remember this?
Yeah.
Said, so you're making $2.50 per email address that you're getting. Like, email addresses are like gold, and they're paying you to give them your email address. Extend that through the weekend and
I
keep
never knew that. It never dawned on me. I did not have an email list. I did have an email list, but only because people had emailed me and I had occasionally sent out an email, but I never used my email list as a business tool to try to communicate with my customers. I was relying solely on social media. And Kara was like, this email list is a huge part of your business. And I was like, oh, like I don't know anything about email marketing. Totally clueless about it all. So Kara has taught me lots of things on the tech side because that's where she shines the most. You're crafty and you have the tech gift, but I have no tech gift at all. Like I am hopeless.
I have a passion for helping other women find confidence and be like just do their best. I mean, it's just like when people come into the paint studio, I just want to see you happier when you leave than when you came. And so like
Right.
and so for me it was like I knew when I reached out to Amy, I'm like, she's so much more successful than I am.
Oh, whatever, girl.
But I also know that like I could help her be even more successful. So I really want to do that. So anyway, we really want, like, our desire is to help you become successful.
Yes, absolutely. We want you to love what you do. We don't want you to get frustrated with your machine and decide to sell it. And, during the pandemic, there were a lot of people buying lasers because people were home. And this past year, I've noticed a lot of people selling their lasers. And it really makes me sad because I think, A, you could have had so much fun with that machine. And B, you could have really grown a business. And there's room for everyone out there because we all have different styles. And there's room for everybody in this market. And I hate to see people get frustrated and give up on that because there's just so much fun stuff that you can do with the machine.
Yes.
Honestly, it's
Yes.
just amazing, like all the things you can do. So,
If y'all,
oh,
what happened? Go to
there you are.
I know it went.
It glitched.
Go to clubcreatikit.com and you can get signed up. And once you sign up, you're actually going to get 2 emails. One of them is your bonus. So you'll get that as soon as you sign up. And then you'll get the other email, which will help you get into the Facebook group, the membership portal, and you'll get access to the first file.
Yes.
When you get into the Facebook group, you actually have access to, if you missed, we had what we call an email opt-in. We have a free file in exchange for getting on our wait list. And if you missed that, once you join and you get into the Facebook group for the for Club Create a Kit, that file is actually in there for you too. So really, you're getting another.
You're getting lots of bundles this month. You'll have a lot of stuff to play with.
Yeah.
And different options to offer your customers. If they're not into Halloween, there's a different option you can offer them. So
yeah. Yep. And like we said, this is a time of year that if you have someone like crafty in your family, a mother-in-law, a grandmother, someone, this would be a great time to offer to your customers a bundle that like 3 projects in one that's going to save on shipping cost. It's going to put money in your pocket, and it's going to give them a gift that they're able to give their loved one that is not a gift card to Starbucks or
exactly.
So it's just something, an experience. You're giving them an experience. And so this is a great time of year to join us and bundle a few of those projects. You can even go into, a winter project, a fall project, and then you could do just a more generic project that they can leave out year round so that, that will take them through the year.
Yes. And everything, all the files are Glowforge Basic friendly. And I always say that because Glowforge Basic is probably, it's not the smallest laser. I know there's another laser out there I've heard that people are using, and I know there's a new Aura, but Glowforge Basic, if you don't have a pass-through door, or if you have a Glowforge Pro and you just don't know how to use your pass-through door, don't feel like fiddling around with it because it takes longer and all of that, these files are laid out for you in the slightly smaller than 12 by 20 formats, like 11 by 19 and a half. And I always do that so that if you do have that machine, you can just go ahead and pull it up in your software and you don't have to move pieces around to get things to fit. So everything is laid out like that. I also give you a screenshot of what the project looks like pulled up in the Glowforge app so that you know over on the left-hand side what to put, what to set to score and what to set to, it's not called score, is it? Yeah, it is. In Glowforge, it's called score. So score and engrave and cut are it's different settings. If you have a big laser, the names of these things are different, but I have it set up for you in Glowforge that it tells you on the left-hand side, like what each thing is supposed to be set to. So you're not like, wait, am I supposed to cut this part or am I supposed to score this part? Like what it tells you on there, what you need to do. So makes it super simple.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it when designers do that because you're not guessing, and there's nothing more frustrating than getting a file and pulling it up in your laser software and you're like, now what?
Right. What part do I cut? What part do I score? Yeah. And of course, if you have a big laser, then the project will work just fine as well. But I just try to limit it to that size in case you have the smaller laser. So we always have scrap left over because we cut a lot of circles. So typically I can make stuff fit in like a piece of scrap in my Thunder machine. But, some people are always asking like, well, I have this, what is she saying? I've been contemplating joining for a year now. Oh, Helen, well, please come and join us and see what all the fun's about. We're having so much fun.
Yeah. And you do, if you join, that we do have 2 options when you join. We have the monthly option and we have the annual option, and you get a month free if you join the annual way. And we have so many members that do that because they just don't want to forget about it. So
exactly.
Does this help with repeat customers just locally? Do you know if people are shipping a lot? You can do it both ways. So I had some people when I did my box that picked up on my front porch, and you can actually, just like we show you how to create your recurring payment, you can actually create another one that's for local customers for PayPal and for Stripe, which would not include shipping cost. And so, so you can do it both ways. So when I did mine, I had porch pickup, and I would prepare those boxes and send a text out, that morning, or an email saying, if your box is porch pickup, they're there. If your box is shipped, they are on the way. They're at the post office.
Yeah.
So yeah. You could do it either way. I would rope those local customers in And also, one of the things you can do is if they are a local customer, you can also give a benefit like, hey, you get 10% off all your tickets to local paint nights that I do. Like, make it even more a more sticking feature that they really want to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Kelly, I have a friend who had a Glowforge Pro, and she also bought an Omtech. Am I saying it right? Omtech, I think is how you say it.
I think
so. It was a little bit of a process to set it up because it was just, I honestly don't know why. She just said that, it was a little confusing, but it didn't take more than a day to get it up and running. And then once she got it up and running and test cut a few things and figured out what settings worked, she uses that Omtech like crazy because it's so fast. The big lasers they're louder, they spit out more smoke and dust, and they take up more space, but they are fast. I mean, I get it. The Glowforge Pro, it's pretty and it fits in your craft room and it looks so nice on your desk and everything. I get it because I have one too. But that machine out there in the garage, man, that is a workhorse. It flies. It cuts really fast.
Yeah.
So
I have the Chinese laser. That's what everybody calls them. They're the big blue, except they put the wrong shell on it. So mine is the big black. But yeah. So anyway, mine's the same way. The smoke smell drives me bonkers.
Right.
But I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, absolutely not.
No,
it would probably help if I cleaned my fan. I told my husband the other day, I was like, I think we need to clean the fan. Like, no one wants to stop and clean their machine. It's such a pain. Like, even though it's not difficult, but it's like, I just want to play. I just want to cut my stuff out. I don't want to have to like do maintenance. That's no fun. But it's worth it because once you do it, then you're like, oh, this is so much nicer and cleaner. So, yeah.
Okay, I just have to show y'all. Look how cute these stinking earrings are.
Oh my gosh, those are so cute.
Aren't they cute?
They're adorable.
I have a booth at a local little shop, and earrings sell. So I ordered a bunch of just cute, fun. Anyway, so that's why I'm over here packaging.
Yeah.
So Helen says paint nights is another place I get imposter syndrome with. I would love to move into paint nights. So I can totally relate. It's one of those things like, just do it. Just make it your own and just take the plunge and do it. And if you have to just invite a few friends over and try it first, do it that way. Like, make it so, hey guys, can y'all want to come over for a girls' night and let's go sit in my garage and let's paint for a little bit? Like, just do it. Just try it and see if it's for you, because
absolutely.
I love bringing people into the studio and having paint nights, and they love it. I have some customers that if they are available every time I have something on the schedule, their butts are in the seats because it's just so relaxing and so fun for them. So just try it.
Absolutely. So we are currently, my customers know I am in Virginia half the time and Louisiana half the time. And when I first got to Louisiana and my neighbors figured out what I do, they all were like, oh, well, we need to do a door hanger night. And I was like I did the fear in me. I was like, oh my God, no, I don't really do those. And they were like, but why? Why can't we do that? And they just kept talking about it. And finally I was like, okay. So I gave them a few designs to pick from. They picked them. I cut everything out. They came over here, bless their hearts. They were so sweet. So it was my neighbor right across the street, hosted it in her garage because she had the space. She had people pulled together tables and chairs and everything. We ended up with like 15 people, and I was so intimidated. It was so much fun. I had no intention at the beginning of the night of doing bows or of doing glitter. We were just painting. And we got to the end and they were like, we want bows. And then one girl goes, where's the glitter? I was told there would be glitter. And I was like, oh Lord. So I go like running over to the house. And I was like, I can grab what ribbon I have. And I had, I didn't have all my ribbon down here, but I had a good amount. Luckily I had stuff that matched. So I grabbed a bunch of the ribbon, I grabbed my glitter, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be a nightmare. And it was hilarious. This one girl, she is a good friend of mine down here now. She glittered everybody's door hanger. She's like, pass them down, I'll glitter it. You want glitter? Do you want glitter? She was like, she glittered everybody's door hanger. And we looked around and I was like, oh my gosh, like my neighbor, her husband and my husband are really good friends. And I was like, there's glitter on his four-wheeler. Is he going to be upset about that? She's like, oh no, it'll be fine. We'll take care of that. I'm like, I don't know about that.
I love that so much.
But we had so much fun. And I have a picture of if I had it, you know, if I knew where the picture was, it's buried in my phone. I would pull it up right now for y'all. Kelly, I am from Mechanicsville, Virginia. Currently, it's like around the Richmond area. We did sell that house and bought a condo in technically Richmond, but it's more like Glen Allen. I don't know if you're familiar with that area or not. Yeah, Helen, I'm telling you, the paint night, we're already talking about the next one. I mean, they're big on Mardi Gras down here. They want to do a Mardi Gras one. Oh, Prince George. Oh yeah. So I was born in Fredericksburg. I know where Prince George is. Small world, for sure.
Oh, good. Okay. So she says, that's it. I'm making a paint night.
Yes.
All right. So let me tell you something else. So I started doing this when I was in Ohio, and it is the most fun thing ever. So I have a paint studio, which if you don't have a place that gets a little bit hairy, but I bet you could come up with something. So what I said earlier, if you were on when Amy showed the bonus that you get by joining this week, I said, ooh, you could take those attachments and you could turn them into ornaments. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I did in Ohio was I brought the kids in the studio every year. And I do it here. It's ticket sales are $15. So you're making just an ornament. You cut them ahead of time. They get whatever you have. So when they get there, they get to pick from whatever shapes you already have cut. I always say first come, first serve, but we would do, and we don't sell it as food and drink. It's just given. So it's included with your ticket. It's just given. You're paying the ornament, but we're offering a complimentary hot chocolate and sugar cookies, which we let them decorate. So I bring them in. I get messy in the studio. And for $15 a kid, I'm going to tell you, you can make bank having fun with kids. And those moms love that the kids are getting to paint. They're getting to play with icing and sprinkles. And there's a hot chocolate bar. So it's like all the Christmas things, and they don't have to make their house messy to do it. So that's another way. I mean, you just get creative, and you can pay that laser off in no time if you're a doer. Just get out there and do.
Absolutely. Don't think about it. Just do it.
Just do it.
You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have some things that you say, okay, next time I'm gonna do this differently. But that's how you learn how to do it. You can't expect to host one thing and it go perfectly the first time. You just have to learn. So you just jump in and do it. And most people are so nice. Like my neighbors were so nice. They understood that I had never done that before. And they were just so sweet about it. They were like, oh, we don't care. This is fine, whatever. Like, and they just had so much fun. And they came up with ideas that I would not have thought of. Like all their ideas for how they painted their door hangers. I was like, oh, that's such a cute idea. I would not have thought of that.
Yeah. And I will say, after the first ornament event that I did, I had some helpers. You want to have helpers. Yeah. But this one family, as they were leaving, they said, this is going to be our new yearly tradition. And my eyes must have been this big, because at that point I was never doing this again.
Oh,
it was so chaotic and hectic. But when I sat down at the end of that day with my helpers and we made some adjustments, we're like, okay, what did not work well? One of the things we were doing was we were trying to wash out those little paint trays you get from Walmart or from Dollar Tree. And I'm like, paper plates.
Paper plates.
Yeah. Paper plates. It was just little adjustments. And so it was one of those like, okay, I love doing it now, but it was, let's try it. Let's see what doesn't work. And let's make changes.
Right.
So.
Totally. Well, if anybody has any questions, or if you're watching this in the replay, feel free to comment with your question and we'll keep an eye on the post and go back and answer anything that you guys would like to know. The club is $20 a month, but like Kara said, if you purchase the year, you get a month free. So a lot of people choose to do that option, and it's clubcreateakit.com to sign up. So don't miss it, because we're only open through Sunday night.
Yes, we only open once every 6 months. And
we've only opened twice this year. We don't open very often. So And once you're in, as long as you stay in, you get the files every month. You don't have to because I had somebody ask me the other day, oh, do I have to keep signing up every month? And I'm like, no, it's a membership. Like you can cancel at any time, but when you sign up, you are an active member until you decide to cancel.
Yes.
But we think you'll love it so much that you won't want to cancel because it's really fun.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
Yep. Have a great day. We'll see y'all soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.